Okay, so here is the sale. Dang, that is a sweet sale, you might say. Right? So, in this video I'm going to briefly cover the Star Citizen holiday special they've got going on. As you can see, I've got that right in front of me, or right in front of you. Anyway, if you're wondering how I got here, I'll backtrack really quickly for you. As quickly as this will load anyway. So, main site, robertspaceindustries.com. Not the first little tab here, but the second one. You'll see the holiday promotion, and it will cycle through those on its own. You're going to want to click on that. It will be available in the Pledge Store as well. We'll go through that way since I showed you that. So right there, right in front of us. Scroll down, normal stuff there. We're not interested in that. Oh, come back. There we go. Holiday Promotion 2018. So first it's going to show us some info on the contest that they've got going on. You can win some pretty cool ships. These are just the ships, however. That doesn't include a game, so you'll have to still buy the game package even if you were to win one of these ships. Going on, we've got some gift cards, and here we are back to the sale packages. Don't worry about the Grey Cat unless you want one, I suppose, but it doesn't include the game. It's just the little buggy that you see here itself. 15 bucks standalone ship. So, game packages. You've got two options. They're virtually identical, except one comes with the Aurora Marquis, the other comes with the Mustang Alpha. Normally they're $45 a piece, and this is just Star Citizen. It does not include Squadron 42. Star Citizen, if you're not familiar with it, it is the single server sandbox universe. Do whatever you want, play with everyone. And Squadron 42 is the single player dynamic campaign. I honestly would recommend getting both. You can get just Star Citizen for $35. Sadly, they don't have any Squadron 42 discounted packages, so that's $45. If you want both, you can purchase them together for $65, so still a bit of a discount. They have said that the price of each game will increase as it gets closer to launch, which is currently slated for 2020. I've witnessed this a little bit. I mean, I bought it a while back myself, so I got a pretty good price, but it's still a really good deal. I think it's definitely worth it. Anyway, if we click on one of the packages here, we'll go with the Aurora for this. You'll see more info, little description up there, or intro rather, but this is where you want to look. This is going to show you everything that the package contains. So first and foremost, you've got the Star Citizen digital download. That's the game. You've got 72 months insurance for your Aurora or Mustang. And typically, game packages will come with 3 months insurance, so that's a really nice boost there. They come with 1,000 UEC, which is United Earth credits. That's the in-game currency, and a self-land hangar. The hangar is not a really big deal. There are different types. You'll be able to change out your hangar on the website with real money or in-game, with in-game currency. Honestly, I kind of like the self-land hangar. It has a bit of a gritty feel to it. Kind of used, kind of homey. Anyway, with the insurance, now that we've covered the game packages themselves that are on sale, I'm gonna go into a little detail on the ships and a few other little things here and there. So back to the insurance. So this is just going to the insurance it comes with. I believe. I mean, it's still kind of up in the air right now. I believe this is just going to cover the ship itself, just the hull. It's not going to include any weapons or cargo or anything like that. Once the game releases, you will be able to insure those items also, but this is just the ship. And they've stated that ship insurance is going to be like a small little money sink in the game. It's not going to be anything serious. Just make sure you remember to renew your contract or policy or what have you. That said, we'll go back to the previous screen here. And so the Aurora MR, that's the Marquis. This particular variant of the Aurora is geared towards, previously it was listed as interdiction, now it's just listed as a light fighter. Interdiction is typically keeping people from spooling their quantum drive or pulling them out of quantum jump, just making sure they don't get away pretty much. So I don't know if this is still going to fall to that role. or if it's just combat. There is a beefier combat version of the Aurora, that's the Legionnaire. As far as interdiction goes, I mean the weapons, the modules, you'll be able to swap those out, so even if it doesn't come with that module anymore, which I think it was originally planned to, you know, you should still be able to buy it and equip it to your ship. That functionality isn't in game just yet as far as interdiction goes. I mean, currently you can swap out the weapons and heat sinks and power plant and all that. So the Aurora is the slower, a little more durable version of all the starter ships. It can equip missiles. Those will go right up here. It equips 2 lasers. Otherwise, they might have changed it. I think they can equip another 2 up here. That might just be the Legionnaire. But anyway, you've got lasers, missiles, if you equip them. The guns on the Aurora are fixed, however. So if you want to shoot something, you have to point the ship directly at it, or lead their ship with your ship, or that whole mess. The Mustang, that's the opposite end of the spectrum. It is probably the lightest, quickest starting ship, and you'll definitely notice a difference in performance between the two. But this one, it's not going to take as many hits, going to be a little more nimble. It has 2 lasers on this little special mount here that's unique to the Mustang, so it's a little gimbaled mount, so the guns can rotate a little bit independently of the ship, so you don't have to point your entire ship directly at where you're shooting at. The Mustang can equip a couple other lasers. It cannot equip missiles, however. So that's a little something the Aurora has. I will say this, the missiles, they are nice, but they can be a little bit expensive if you really burn through them. The Aurora, you enter and exit through these hatches. It's got one on either side. The Mustang, you'll exit and enter through the canopy, so that'll open up. The Mustangs do have an ejection system, so that's nice. The Auroras don't, but the Auroras do have a bed, and the bonus of the bed is that if you log out in a bed in game, then your ship is going to despawn with you, and then when you log back in, your ship and yourself are going to be right where you left off. If you don't have a bed and you log out, then an AI is going to take over your character and just try to fly your ship to the nearest port and dock it. Now, just so you know, your ship is going to be vulnerable during that time period. Otherwise, if you fly to any port or what have you yourself and log out there, your ship is going to despawn when you log out. You'll be perfectly safe. So it's just kind of to each his own. All the Aurora variants can carry cargo. They've got a little, it's called a store all box that attaches to the belly, and you'll just deposit your cargo in there. Out of the Mustang variants, the Alpha, which is this one right here, that's the only one that can carry cargo. I can't remember how much, but they're both pretty small. I think they're both between like 2 and 6 SCU, somewhere around there. And they have a separate page dedicated to explaining how cargo is going to work in the game and whatnot. There are a number of other starter ships. They are not always available, but those would include the 100 lineup and the Reliant lineup. Otherwise, I think that about covers it. Before I forget, there are limited quantities of these packages. The Mustang has actually gone down by about, I don't know, 30 packages in the last 10 minutes that I've seen. Mustang's gone down by about 10 or so. I'm sorry, the Aurora. The Mustang's definitely a little bit more popular, but they're both really good ships. I like them both. So I think that about covers everything. And if you scroll down, just more of the same stuff, more gift cards, back to the game packages there. And don't forget, if you do make an account, I've got a little nifty little referral code in the upper right corner there. If you do use that when making an account, that'll lock it in, so whenever you decide to purchase the game now or later, you'll get 5,000 in-game credits. If you don't use my code, just make sure you use someone's. They get a little bonus, and then you get the credits, obviously. That said, I would certainly be appreciative if you were to use mine. So, yeah, I hope you get the game. I hope you enjoy it. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.